Hi guys, today we're going to be doing word sentences and equations. It's on page 120 and so we're going to be using variables and trying to get them into a sentence so we can make an equation. We said an equation, if it's an equation it has to be equal on both sides. I really did a bad job drawing the line there. But the first one is the difference of a number and 10 is 37. So example A, the difference of a number and 10 is 37. Let's look at what each one of these words means. Difference. What does difference mean? Hopefully you say subtract. Okay, when we're talking about a number in equations, what are we going to use for the number? You can use any letter you like. Let's use N. And so this says the difference of a number and 10 is 37. Is means equal. Okay, so difference means we're going to subtract. You have to, in subtraction you have to put the right letter or number first. So this says the difference of a number and 10 is 37. So what's the number? Just add 10 to both sides. The number is 47. That's the answer. Okay? The next one. If 23 is added to 4 times a number, the result is 143. What is the number? Okay, if 23 is added, so that means if 23 is added, we're going to add 23, okay? If 23 is added to 4 times a number, so we need to call the number something. So over here, we'll call the number x. So if 23 is added to 4 times the number, well, 4 times x is going to be 4x. So if 23 is added to 4 times the number, the result is, that means is 143. So now just solve the equation. Minus 23 on both sides. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So you get 4x equals 120, and you should know this is multiplication. To get rid of the 4, you need to divide. So x equals 30. Okay. Let me just get my eraser to do the next one. The next one says 6 subtracted from 3 times a number equals 36 decreased by 4 times the number. Find the number. Well, that one sounds kind of confusing, but let's just break it down. Okay. It says 6 subtracted from 3 times a number. So what are we going to call the number? We'll call it x. 6 subtracted from, so that means we're going to minus 6. 3 times a number, the number is x. 6 subtracted from 3 times a number equals 36 decreased by 4 times the number. Well, the number is x, so it says 36 decreased by 4 times the number. Now you have to combine like terms. Now if you don't like dealing with negatives, you can bring the x's over here, so you add the x to bring over here, and the 6 over there. So if I add 6 to both sides, that will cancel, because that's always my goal, to cancel things out, and I get 42. Now if I add 4x to both sides, I get 7x equals 42, and then to solve that, you need to do the opposite, x equals 6. These are fun. I hope you like them. Example 4. The sum of 2 consecutive integers is 49. Find the integers. Okay. Consecutive. What does consecutive mean? Let's talk about what's consecutive with the number 2. Well, the next number is consecutive. So 2 is consecutive with 2, and then 3, and then 4. If I was talking about consecutive even integers, I would say 2, 4, 6, 8, so on. If I was talking about consecutive odd integers, I would say 3, 5, or 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. Okay? So, what's the difference? We're talking about consecutive integers, so these ones. What's the difference between each one? If you notice, I just add 1 to every number to get the next number. So it says the sum of 2 consecutive integers. Well, the first integer is going to be x. We always start with x. What would the second integer be? If it was 1 and 2, if you notice, I just add 1. So the second integer, whatever the integer is going to be x plus 1, because a consecutive integer is the next number. So it's going to be plus 1. The sum of two consecutive integers is 49. So sum means add, and I'm going to add these two. X plus 1 equals 49. So 2x plus 1 equals 49. 2x, you subtract 1 on both sides. Get rid of that. 2x equals 48. Divide by 2, and x equals 24. Okay? So that's how you do that one. And then the very last one that we'll do is, all these examples are in your book on page 120 and 121. One number is 6 more than 3 times another number. The difference of the numbers is 34. What are the two numbers? So we have to figure out one number and the other number. Okay. One number is 6 more than 3 times another number. So let's call the other number x. So this number is 6 more. We're going to add 6. 6 more than 3 times the other number. So that means it's 3x plus 6. Then it says, the difference of the numbers is 34. What are the two numbers? Okay, so we have to take this number and subtract this number, because the difference of the two numbers is 34. 3x plus 6 minus x, because that would be the difference of the two numbers, is 34. So now, and you have to put that in parentheses. For this particular example, we can just take the parentheses off. Minus x equals 34. So what's 3x minus x? Combine your like terms. 34. Now I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. 2x equals 34 minus 6. 28. X equals 14. Okay? This is really so much of what we do in algebra is word sentences and problems like this, solving equations. These are like the backbone of what you do in algebra. This chapter was a really important chapter on variables. You're going to do page 122, numbers 1 through 19. I would like you, it says analyze each word problem. Write the equation you would use to solve the problem, but don't solve it. So you don't actually have to solve the equations in these examples unless it tells you to. Okay, so that's page 122 and 123, numbers 1 through 19. Thank you.